there's one thing I know. Well, you and I ain't meant to be. You stay out all night long, but can't sleep unless you're next to me. When you hear this song, please promise that you won't hate me. I'm used to being alone, and I want you, but something is raging in me. And I wish that I could ignore the signs, and wish that I could leave with you tonight. But the issues are in plain sight. Something ain't right, that's something I know. But you stay out in the club all night with your boys until 3. And I know you need a woman in your life that'll wait for you, but that ain't me. And I'm not saying we're through, but I'm too good for you. Hey, you know what I want, and baby, that's just something I know. And so let's switch up the roles. How would you like if I decided to ignore your calls? You ask about the things you bought me, and I say they're lost. But if loving you at a price, what would it cost? 'Cause we lived and we learned and we knew what it was when we fell in love. And I wish that I could ignore the signs, and wish that I could leave with you tonight. But the issues are in plain sight. Something ain't right, that's something I know. But you stay out in the club all night with your boys until 3. And I know you need a woman in your life that'll wait for you, but that ain't me. And I'm not saying we're through, but I'm too good for you. Hey, you know what I want, and baby, that's just something I know. So if a scrub is a guy who thinks he's fine, then that must make you a buster. You keep on telling me what you got, but you sit on your broke ass. So no, you can't have my number, no. I won't give you my time, and no, don't wanna meet you, no, no. But you stay out in the club all night with your boys until 3. And I know you need a woman in your life that'll wait for you, but that ain't me. And I'm not saying we're through, but I'm too good for you. Hey, you know what I want, and baby, that's just something I know. But you stay out in the club all night with your boys until 3. And I know you need a woman in your life that'll wait for you, but that ain't me. And I'm not saying we're through, but I'm too good for you. Hey, you know what I want, and baby, that's just something I know.
If I go and pull that top, then I bet I pull the back. If I go and pull that back, then I bet I'm up at sacks. Pull up in a hot drop top, ayy. Damn, I'm looking hot, ayy. Damn, I'm looking fine, ayy. I'm gonna swing online, ayy. Put a smile on my face, ayy. Every time I see your face, ayy. You gon' let me turn you out, ayy. Show you what I'm really about, ayy. I'ma pull up in the spot, ayy. And I bet I make it hot, ayy. And she got her hands up so high, and I got her screaming, oh my. Reach for the sky, you reaching. Every day is the
becomes too much to handle. And I'm sick of dealing with everyone's scandals. I start searching for a quiet place where I could think. Tune in the frequencies that put me on the mountain peak. It's where I find my inner peace when it's been stolen. No, now this is what I need, I'm out this realm zone. Practicing my Zen, homie, I'm just trying to hone it. Get my mind right. Look at the cherry blossom. Lift it, lift it, lift it up. Lift it, lift it, lift it up. I just need a second, hold on, wait a minute. My head, cross my legs, that's gonna be okay. Why am I so worried? I don't need to be afraid. Anxiety alleviated when I elevate. These thoughts are meditating beneath the cherry blossom. My conscience elevating beneath the cherry. My shirt I pulsating, keep my clothes waiting. Cause right now, so me, I go floating, floating out the unknown. Open your mind up, fully exposed. Let the rhythm soothe your soul. It's alright. Beneath the cherry blossom tree. It's alright. Where I got my inner peace. Everything's gonna be okay. Do you hear me? No, now this is what I need. No lie, this is what I need. Rooted to the ground, I bleed. Truth is I find inner peace, cooling underneath the tree. Find me somewhere I could think, find me somewhere I could breathe. Put my phone down and plug from my screen. Try my best to elevate, take my time, I look away. Remember praying for better days, now I'm missing yesterday. Moment I appreciate, traveling solo, never lonely, only alone, here to celebrate. Give me a second, I dedicate, heaven out and meditate. Collect my thoughts, medicate, my mindset's in the heaven's gate. Positive G generates inside of me, it resonates. I feel the glow, it show the most, it show the most. Show the most in my face. It's a lovely day. I can never play. Beautiful on the inside, on the outside, it's all the same. It's all the same. It's all the same. Give some time to myself, I need to recharge. Don't take it personal. Whatever you do, I need some time to myself, I need to recharge. Don't take it personal. Whatever you do. Whistle.
Yo.
Hello.
What's good?
Hello.
Is that Northside Plugged?
I believe it is Northside Plugged.
Is that them boys from Northside Plugged?
I believe it is them boys from Northside Plugged.
No more YouTube songs, please.
No, none of it. Just
just us.
All right.
Trying to keep the monetization in our hands.
But it was a copyright song, so they can monetize it.
Don't trust it, man. I don't trust it.
All
I'm
right.
sorry.
All right.
I'm looking
All
out
right.
for us, doggy. I'm looking
All
out
right.
for us. We trying to get paid over here on Northside Plugged.
I feel you. All right, fine. No worries.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
Hi,
How
everybody.
You just enjoyed some Boss Dan and G Money G Note Northside Plug banter. How you doing, Boss Dan the man?
I'm doing all right. It's officially pretty much halfway through the year.
Woo!
Maybe not mathematically, but with the months, it is mathematically halfway through as of tomorrow. So
Basically, yep.
halfway through the year. it's not a peak. You know, it's going to only get better for this year. So I'm very much looking forward to the rest of this year.
Absolutely. Before we get too far into it, we got a special guest over here in the building. Our new good friend, Weegi Wizers, in the building.
What's going on, G Money? What's good, Dan?
What's going on?
How you doing, homie?
I'm blessed. How are y'all?
Doing
we're
great.
Doing well, man.
Doing
we're
great. Well. Happy to have you here.
I'm happy to be here. Thank you.
Yes.
Honored. Really grateful for the opportunity.
Yeah. And you wore the same. You matched the outfit that the promo pic is in, and I love the commitment to the consistency. And it's one of the best outfits I think we've ever had in Northside Plugged. So I'm so glad you wore that in here. Because you made our T-shirts just look obsolete at this point for fashion wear.
I'm flattered. Gratitude.
Of course.
Consistency is key, though.
That's true.
Yes, sir.
It's true. Consistency is key. So we got a great show coming tonight. Lots of things to talk about. We'll get into the interview, of course, with Weegi. We got NBA free agency just opened up. So, like we said, I mean, the finals have been gone for about 2 weeks, but we still have basketball to talk about. So always basketball to talk about. A couple other things on the docket. I guess we'll touch on Roe v. Wade. I know we don't want to get super into that and spend the whole time talking about that, but with the platform we have, we feel like we need to at least talk about it for at least a little bit. So we'll definitely touch on that and any other things. And if you have any questions or you want to call in, say hi to Weegi or any of us, feel free to call in 312-985-7834. Again, that's 312-985-7834.
Absolutely, man. And yeah, I feel like I always like this moment when we like finally get in the show, because it's preparing for the show and getting everything set up is awesome, but it gets a little hectic. So it's once we're in it. And let me get this camera moved so I can see Weegi. It's always good vibes, and like Boss Dan said, you know, it's the last day of the first half. No, I'm screwing up already. It's the first half. Yeah, it's the last day of the first half of the year, per se.
Crazy.
Which is wild, you know.
That's so wild.
Yeah. How are you feeling about that, Weegi?
Just means I gotta do more.
Absolutely, yeah.
Gotta keep this pushing, yeah. Time waits for no man.
Yeah.
So let's keep it pushing. Let's do this.
Absolutely, dude. No, and you know, just how I've been feeling. I again, like I told you off camera, I appreciate you coming in, and you know, it was last minute, but we made it happen, and appreciate your flexibility.
Divine timing,
absolutely. Because, yeah, I mean, we'll get into a little bit, kind of the backstory real quick of how Weegi and I linked up. We found out it's like beginning of 2020, basically, where we both attended this event at the former auxiliary, right?
Yep. RIP auxiliary.
RIP the auxiliary. We were talking about that a few weeks back with Bodie.
Yeah.
And because Weegi is homies with our homie Nova the King. Shout out Nova.
Shout out
Nova.
Who been trying to get on the show for a minute now. It'll definitely happen soon. But yeah, you know, and it was a good time. It was a good event. We all got to show out and do our thing.
It was something mystical in that air.
Yeah.
That night.
Yeah.
It was magical.
Yeah. It's just you know, one of those things where, you know, we're blessed to be a part of it, but it's just, you know, our own community is curating these events. You know, it's our general age group, whatever, same vibe, you know, hip hop. I mean, and everything that comes within the realm of hip hop, right? The culture at the end of the day. And yeah, it was a beautiful moment, man. And it's one of those last things before the pandemic where you're like, dang, man, you know, like you said, RIP to the aux, like everything has changed so much, you know, so it's crazy that we're here 2.5 years later, right?
It's a beautiful thing, man.
Yeah.
Like I said before, I'm grateful to be here. And I was telling G Money that night, I met so many people that I'm still cool with, that I consider very good friends, and I'm forever grateful for that.
It's awesome, man.
It like I said before, divine timing.
Yeah, and that's just the beauty of live events, right? And just excuse me, the whole live scene, which is out here, and you know, was stripped away from us for at least a good year and a half, whatever, you know, and it's still kind of, you know, getting there, and people are still trying to find their comfort zone, and you know, I mean, COVID's still going around, so
Hey, people are out here though.
we're out here.
Out
We're out
here.
here, absolutely. People are out here, man, but that's the thing, you know, and history repeats itself, you know. Back when the Spanish flu was going on, and obviously, you know, there's not as many records as there can be today, but you know, it was generally about 2 years after the initial pop off. That's when society kind of was phasing back into normality. So it's kind of where we're at now, which is weird because it feels like we were never going to get to this point. You know?
Yeah, that 2020 was rough.
Yeah.
Rough.
Yeah.
I was just locked in my room making 3 songs a day.
Yeah. I mean, that was the beauty of being an artist in the moment. Was, I mean, it was tough, but you know, we could lock in on our creativity, you know.
Yeah, like looking back at it, it was a really big reset button, and as unfortunate the circumstances was, I'm grateful for that because I grew a lot during that time.
Yeah, I think we all did, man. For
Yeah,
sure. Yeah.
for sure.
What do you feel like you took out the most out of that whole experience? In terms of your growth.
In terms of my growth, that I really could do what I put my mind to. I had the idea, my vision.
Yeah.
I was just cultivating it the entire time during the pandemic, just waiting for,
Just there.
just waiting,
Soaking in it, right?
soaking in it. I was like, as soon as I get the green light, it's go time.
Yeah, for sure.
And I ain't
For
stopped
sure.
since.
Yeah, because it's just a whole other perspective shifter of like, you know, everything is stripped away from you, and you don't have the opportunities that you had before the pandemic. And then it's just like, once you're, you know, just have all that you have, you really see the value of it, whether it's people, whether it's yourself, your craft, whatever.
Really.
You know?
Yeah.
And it's just, you know, again, RIP to all the people that have been lost due to COVID and continue to lose their lives due it, or even, you know, survive but deal with the lasting effects of it. You know, it's our new reality, and it's a hard reality to face.
Ironically, the pandemic made me more of an extrovert.
Really?
Yeah.
So you'd say that naturally you're more of an introvert?
Yes.
Okay.
Definitely. I value my solitude and
Hell yeah.
so much.
Absolutely.
For sure.
But being away from that human interaction and social connections for a whole year, I was like, well, I need to get out there.
Gotta get out there.
Absolutely.
And now I'm always out, bro.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
Yeah. Because we take that for granted, just going outside.
Yeah.
Turn me up a little bit, Boss Dan, all of us, if you don't mind. Appreciate it. Yeah, man. You know, just the shows, or even just going to restaurants, right, with your loved ones or your homies, whatever, just anything like that is just now is so much more appreciated. You know, it's just like, because we know what it's like not to have it. And even when the pandemic was starting, I was thinking about, like, man, how are maybe our kids or kids that are yet to be born, you know, how are they gonna, I don't know, you know, like, our generation is gonna have this whole new, like, found appreciation of life, right? And I don't know, like, I think the new generations, they're not gonna understand where we come from, because they're living in that post-pandemic world, rather like we went through the trenches of it, you know. So it'll be interesting to see. That's just an observation.
It's definitely going to be a ripple effect because of that. A lot of people started businesses. A lot of people are really going after what they want to do in life, and that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, absolutely. I had a question. I forgot. How you feeling, Boss Dan? What you thinking?
No, I'm doing all right. I think I agree with both of you. What you said, kind of how, like, the ripple effects from COVID aren't going to affect us more, because we were, like you said, in the trenches. While the future generations might not understand. And I mean, one of the ripples, I think, right now, kind of to transition, is the ruling of Roe v. Wade. I think that's a small.
For sure.
That's a cause and effect of whatever has happened in the past few years, and it kind of just all came to. I'm trying to think of the right word. All came to, like, a boiling point, I guess. when there were rumors of it months ago, weeks ago, but then it became basically official last week,
Right.
about the overturning of Roe v. Wade. And I think in this post-pandemic world that there's going to be so much outlandish acts on any side of whatever political spectrum you want to argue about, that there's just going to be so much like media reaction and kind of trying to take back, I don't know, whatever people see as personal or human rights or whatever. I don't know. I don't know. I'm trying to lack the words to kind of describe how it relates to the pandemic, but it kind of does. You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I feel like the pandemic, everything's just been spiraling since the pandemic.
Basically,
it's been spiraling in the opposite direction, and then the insurrection, just all this crazy stuff going on, man. And at the end of the day, you can only, especially from a man's perspective, like you can only just feel for the women, and just feel more of a responsibility of like, man, like just supporting in whatever, however and whatever we can do at this point, but it's just like my whole thing is, I mean, now this is the situation, this is the reality, it's been overturned, and now basically like options are limited, right?
Yep.
For women that, I don't know, it goes so deep, and it's all situational, and you've got the pro-lifers, and I'm not trying to, talk down on pro-lifers or pro-choicers, whatever. Like I'm just speaking from a neutral perspective. Like it's like, yes, ideally, right? You don't want to, from a moral standpoint, you don't want to, kill a baby of any sort, right? Of course, but when you have a circumstance where, like, say that a woman is pregnant and the baby, like I saw a post on Facebook that it was a couple who was kind of around our age, to make it a little more relatable. And basically the woman, she was pregnant, and I think maybe like 2 months in or so, they found out that the baby had a stroke in the womb. So it basically got to the point where it wasn't really developing anymore, like really no brain. I think like its spine was messed up, if it was even like developing. Like it was basically, the baby's going to be born like a vegetable, and that's kind of being nice,
And she was still denied the abortion.
No, she wasn't. So she got the abortion. She got the abortion, or I think, yeah, she got the abortion. But she was, so her post was coming from the perspective of like, had I been in that position now, not having the ability to get the abortion, like I guess the question is, from a moral standpoint, like do you allow the baby to be born, and basically it's not going to be able to have a normal life? It's not even going to be like conscious or anything. It's going to, so that's the whole moral standpoint, is like, do you allow that baby to be born, or is it selfish to allow the baby to be born? Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. From like a mother's perspective, like knowing that this baby's just going to suffer, not even going to be able to live, So I'm just kind of throwing it out there. I don't know how you guys are.
I do think that's selfish. Mm-hmm. That's incredibly selfish. And what's more selfish is old men telling women what to do with their bodies.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And that's the grander scheme of it, right?
Yeah, that's the bigger picture, I think. It's just that these old people who don't even have to worry about this kind of thing anymore. I feel like none of them really have to worry about getting people pregnant or having children, because they're all at an age where they're most likely grandparents at this point rather than having children.
Right. And you don't think, I don't mean to cut you off, but you don't think that not one of them ever got like the woman that they impregnated that they weren't supposed to impregnate? You don't think they forced them to get an abortion or something?
No, absolutely. So it's just funny. And I think another part of it that just seems to be like, what the real, like, if you pull the Scooby-Doo face mask reveal, like, it's people wanting, it's pro-life, but it's really just like a non-separation of church and state at this point, because there's so many people and their and their dang. I'm gonna call it out. The dang the white Christians, man. They just like
talk.
It ain't even what
they just need to have it their way, and it's just so frustrating because it's like, there are thousands of other religions, dozens of other religions that don't see eye to eye with yours, but because yours has, I guess, the most people in this weird country that's younger than pretty much every other country in most of the world, you think that your religion is the top religion, and that those are the ones that should follow the laws, but not other people's religions. Because this relates, there was a high school coach. This is kind of going with the separation of church and state. An NFL, a high school coach was ruled that he was allowed to be able to pray with his team before, during, and after the games in terms of like Christian prayer.
Right.
And it was like, okay, but if the coach was Muslim or Jewish or celebrated a different religion, would that have been looked at the same? Absolutely not.
Absolutely,
it would have not. It would have been a totally, completely different thing.
They'd have been like,
but because
why
he
are
was
you pushing that down the kids' throats?
But because he was a white Christian, everyone's like, all right, yeah, we can let him do that. That's totally fine.
Yeah. No, it's. You got anything to say about that before I go on it, Weegi?
Go ahead.
Oh, yeah, man. I mean, it's you're spot on, dude, and it's delusional. It's delusional, and it just mixes in with the big lie and all just this craziness, dude. And it's all about separation. It's all about separation, and it's all about.
And the thing about the pro-lifers is they do not care about life that is here now.
Mm-hmm.
Do not care about adoption agencies. Do not care about the inner city communities. Don't care about nothing but themselves.
Exactly.
And their bottom line.
Absolutely.
Go ahead. As soon as those babies are born, they could give 2 Fs what happens. So
exactly.
They just think that that 9-month period where it's still in the mother, they want control over that, but as soon as that baby's born, they don't want nothing to do with that.
Right.
That is the epitome of hypocrisy.
Yeah,
yep.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah, dude. It really is, man. I had a point.
Hypocrisy.
Yeah. No, I'll loop back to it.
Oh, okay.
I'll find it. Yeah, dude. It's just the big lie, like it's. I lost my point. I'll get back to it. But yeah, at the end of the day, I just feel like, go ahead.
And we're lucky enough to live in a state right now that has laws that are kind of going against the reenactment, but not everyone's in those states. I think it's only maybe 10 or a dozen that have laws that are kind of going against the rulings that have recently happened. But most of the other states aren't going to allow it, so it's tough for a lot of people out here, especially those in underserved and less than wealthy communities who don't have the same ease of access to healthcare like a lot of people do, like we do, being in a city like Chicago or being in a different neighborhood. You know what I mean? Like it's very scary out there, I'm just very nervous about the next few years, about the future of this country, because of the way that we've handled things like this, and with gun violence, and with anything and everything in between. The insurrection trials are going on right now. There's just so much happening in this country. Oh, and the Supreme Court ruled against something with the environment as well today, basically being like they're not gonna check big corporations on how much pollution they're putting into the air.
Surprise.
So the Supreme Court's only thinking for themselves and not the long-term future of their kids or grandkids.
It's all business, man.
It's unbelievable. It is. It's just whatever corporations are putting money in their pockets.
Exactly. The corporations run the country, dude. The politicians are just the vessels of it all, unfortunately.
The meat puppets, if you will. For whatever corporation is shoving money up there. Woo-hoo.
Yeah. I kind of found my point, and it goes back to what Weegi was saying about, finding, basically, like, you think about all these children that are going to be born now, and majority of them, unfortunately, are unwanted, right? Because, I mean, if you're going to have an abortion, you just obviously don't feel like you can have the child. So with that being said, like, these are going to be children that are going to be born into a life of uncertainty already, right? And I used to work with a friend that I don't really know her circumstance, or I don't remember, but basically, like, she grew up in CPS and like child protective services, or if that's correct, just going through the system basically. And it's just like, man, like, I mean, she, like, bless her soul, like she's a great person, awesome person, you know, she's doing her thing out here. But it's just like, man, like just hearing the perspective of that and just the uncertainty and the difficulty and just basically like the government being in control of your life, man, you know, it's just like that's just depressing. That is, you know, just, and to going back to options for children that are being born or young kids, you know, it's just like, okay, if this is going to be the new reality, going back to what Weegi was saying, is like you got to set up those programs, you know, there's got to be more opportunities for women to just, you know, be able to provide for that child, or if they're going to give up that child, give that child an opportunity to have a good, stable home, you know, with a good, loving family if possible.
Because if not, the cycle continues.
Exactly.
Babies born into an environment where they're not wanted, like you were saying, and there's animosity that comes with that.
Yeah. Angry at the world, right?
Serial killers come like that. Like,
for sure.
It's a whole cycle, and it's disgusting. And then it's just disgusting. This topic pisses me off. I'm sorry.
It does, absolutely, all of us, man.
It should piss us off.
Absolutely. And again, it's important to talk about these things, bro, because at the end of the day, it's like if we don't address the things that are going on around us,
they're going to continue to happen.
Exactly, they can continue to happen, and we're just going to be oblivious to it. And we're going to fall victims of it, you know, due to being naive or whatever. So, you know, I appreciate you guys' perspectives, and you know, I just, again, it's all about the women, man, and it's just so much more important that us as men, we look out for our women, we look out for our children, you know, look out for this, as Weegi was saying, looking out for the youth, because that's the future, that's who it is, you know. It's like we're here doing our thing, but you know, we're kind of ingrained into the world at this point, and it's up to us to use our just lives and everything that we got going on to
better them.
Exactly. Exactly. So we're doing it. We're on the road. We're making it happen, hopefully one day at a time. So any other final comments, fellas?
My prayers just go out to all the women who are going to be struggling and are truly affected by this. And like I say this, I probably said this a bunch on the show, but as a straight white male, I'm one of the most privileged privileged positions, without even going into more detail besides those three words. And I think that and as a straight white male, I think it's important for me to kind of put myself out there on the side of women, to be like, hey, like, this is why the F are we doing this? Like, what is wrong with these people? Because the straight white man is the one that's ruining this for these women, because the straight white man has ruled society for centuries.
I knew I liked Dan.
And I think it's kind of, and it's over. And like, with how many women there's so many women that are much smarter than all these men. Like, why do we keep putting men in these stupid positions of power? Men are so dumb.
Because men are already in
the position of power. Exactly. And men are going to promote men. They're not going to promote women, because then that's societal weakness. And all these stereotypes and all these misogynistic thoughts that continue to run through these old people's head, and these old traditionalists that still think their women should be kept in the kitchen, or like all this baloney. Like, come on, like, there's it's just insane, and it gets us fired up, but as it should, like, honestly. So
it is insane.
Just do what you can for the people that can't do it, or the people that need it.
There should be an age limit for the people that are in Congress and the Supreme Court.
A term limit.
Senate, a term limit, exactly. Because, like Dan was saying, all those racist and bigot ideologies, they have no place in this world today.
Well, that's why these primaries that just happened a few days ago, you know, are important, and voting in November for the I forgot the
governor.
Well, yes, the governor, but I forgot just the general umbrella term of it all. But
the midterm election.
The midterm, thank you. Yeah, so, you know, we've got those going on. So to your point, you know, that's, I mean, you know, again, it only goes so far, but at the same time, it's you know, we're here, we're Americans, and we have the ability to vote, so we got to vote. You know, if we have the ability to choose a better candidate, you got to do it.
You got to pick them.
No matter what your belief is in the system of what it is, you know, because, you know, you can be skeptical. Like, I'm a very skeptical person, you know, but it's like, you can be skeptical as all you want, but it's like, if you're not taking action, then you're part of the when you have the ability to, you know, then you're part of the problem, you know, and there's generations of people prior to us that would dream to be able to be in this position that we are in. So we can't take it for granted at all. Our ancestors are counting on us. That was deep.
That was great.
Yeah. Shout out to y'all, man.
Ladies, we feel for you. Like Dan was saying, I'm a man, and I don't fully understand, but I hear y'all cries, and I stand with y'all. It's an awful thing of what you have to go through on a day-to-day basis. The things and the problems that women have to go through are some things that we wouldn't even consider. It's so much. I have a lot of lady friends, and they go through so much that they tell me on a day-to-day basis. And so I feel for y'all. Stay strong.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, and just speaking from a man's perspective, there's a lot of majority of us men are not good people. We're terrible.
Terrible.
We're a terrible society of humans. And that's why it's just such a responsibility as a man, like to just be aware of what's going on around you and just like, because that's what women at the end of the day are. They just that's what they want from us men. They want us to understand where they're coming from, and they want us to be there for them, and they don't want us to treat them like crap. Obviously, because who would? But it impacts them emotionally so much more, and on a grand scheme like this, where at the end of the day, it's like, yes, this is affecting men, but affecting women. Like the women are the victims of this total new reality, but it's like the men are the cause of this. You feel me? Like the women shouldn't have to be worrying about this in the first place. Wouldn't have to worry about this without the cause of the men, right? So again, it's a responsibility on us to know what's going on out here and treat the women that are in our life, like on a small scale perspective, small sample size perspective. It's like treat our women with respect, treat our women, put them on the pedestal, and that's how we're gonna come up, because at the end of the day, that's where the society is moving. And that's like kind of where another part of the issue is like I feel like as the world is becoming a little more conscious and awake of things, as much as we like deny it, women are up here. Women are up here more than damn near they've ever been. In the sense of legitimacy of having their say. Not that they've never been legitimate, but now that society is again putting them on that pedestal to be able to rise. If we get behind our women, man, like we're gonna be Gucci. You feel me? Like we'll be Gucci. But again, going back to your point, Weegi and Dan, it's just these old, just old farts that just are lost in their ways and only thinking about their own, financial benefits and political, positions. It's
sick.
It's sick. It's sick. And it's the reality we face. But, we're just going to keep fighting. We're going to keep doing our thing at the end of the day, and that's why we're here. That's why we're talking about it. So, yes.
I'm good on that.
Awesome, Dan. Cool. Let's play a little track. No, actually not, because I don't think the next track is. We'll keep chopping it up. We'll switch it up. So on a positive note, we are here on Northside Plugged. Thank you everybody for tuning in. We're here on Q4 Radio as always. Shout out to John. Shout out to Irvin. Shout out to the Q4 family for always representing and allowing us to come here and utilize their facilities, because we very much appreciate it. So yes, I feel like we can dive into the mind of Mr. Weegi Wizers, because I know this is a complex man / artist that has a lot to say, and we're happy to have him here. So let me turn on this camera, bro, and I'll give you the floor if you want to just kind of open up on yourself a little bit, and just give the people that may not know who you are, a kind of a highlight of maybe your backstory, how you've gotten to this point, what inspired you to become an artist, or pursue what you're pursuing now, and kind of the challenges that you faced along the way to get there.
Whoa, well, that's a lot.
Break it down however you need to.
Backstory: I come from Pilsen, 18th Street, in a Chicago neighborhood, heart of Chicago. Medium-sized family. I got an older brother, an older sister, and a younger sister. And I've been around music my entire life. Music is all that I breathe. Music is why I am on this earth.
That's awesome.
As far as inspiration goes with artists, I just always gravitated towards artists like Prince, Michael Jackson, The Temptations, Nas.
Yeah.
I know, like it's a crazy
That's awesome.
mix.
Yeah.
Linkin Park, because in my upbringing, like I said, I had an older brother, an older sister, and a younger sister, and my parents are much older. They were born in the 70s, and no, in the 60s.
For sure.
My mom was born in the 70s.
Okay.
But anyways, they are very cultural in that time period.
Right.
So I had a bunch of new music, old music, and it was just like all of this, like, what is this beautiful sound that I'm hearing?
Yeah.
And I knew I wanted to be a rock star forever.
Hey, nice.
My mama even said I was going to be a rock star.
Yeah.
And I had a talk with her the other day. I was like, oh, your son a star, mama. And she's like, boy, I been knew that.
I gave birth to you. You don't think I knew that?
She's like, I knew that.
Yeah.
How
does that make you feel, hearing your mom say that?
It's beautiful that I got her support, and she always shows love, and in her mom way. And you know, Latina moms.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Chicana?
Boricua.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
For sure.
So, yeah, if that answers your question.
Oh, for sure. We're just trying to peel back the layers right now. You feel me? So, no, that was fantastic. And I feel like, as you were saying that, especially on the music tip, on my way here, like I told you, I was listening to Weegidelia, you feel me? Tapped into the music, and it was fantastic, and we'll get into it more. But just as you were explaining that, and just kind of how you're verbalizing all the different musical perspectives you were influenced by, I could hear that in your music. You feel me? Like, it's just like everything's coming from all over the place, and it's just all like synchronizing and vibing, and yeah, it's awesome, dude. You know, and for the people that don't know, Weegi just came out with a new EP called
Weegidelia, out in your phone now. Go get that.
Absolutely. And y'all just...
You ain't never heard nothing like that.
That's facts. I
put
agree.
that on my mama.
That's facts. I agree. What was the song that we came in with? It was...
Cherry Blossoms.
Yes, sir.
I love that song. That has a very special place in my heart.
Mm-hmm.
That song is about meditation, about unplugging from society.
Right.
Because like I said before, I'm an introvert. Mm-hmm. I get overwhelmed with things, with people. Right. Sometimes my phone's just going off 24/7, and I just need to turn it off for a week or two. Yeah. And if I wasn't an artist, I would completely disconnect from social media.
I think we're all like that.
I would be off the grid, man. I would be gone. So that song is about doing just that. Going off the grid for some quality alone time, for some time to reconnect with who you are on the inside, and just being in nature, being at peace with the moment and with your surroundings.
Yeah. No, you can feel that, dude. Pause that. I don't mean to put you on the spot. Did you by chance get to listen to any of it?
I did not.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
Running around like a chicken with my head cut
No,
off
I know.
week,
No, it's all good. I know you're busy.
Hey, we all busy. It's okay.
No, but no, I just wanted to see if he had a perspective on it. But no, for sure, dude. And I just feel like, yeah, man, I can immerse myself into all different types of music, dude. And as I was driving here, I didn't know what to expect from it. I know you have a different creative lane, you feel me? But I was just, and I had already heard a couple of the tracks because you had sent them. I was putting the mix together, but listening to it as an entire piece was just like, wow, man, like you said yourself, it's got that perfect mix of kind of like contemporary Chicago vibes, you know, of new generation. But I just felt like, man, I was listening to some, I told you before the show, some Yellow Submarine vibes from the Beatles, you know, like just colors just going all over just super psychedelic, you know. And
I'm very big on psychedelics.
Yeah.
Yes. Psychedelics changed my life, and I advocate for it heavily.
What's your go-to if you and we're before we go any further? I'm not gonna speak for Weegi, but we're not here promoting drugs on Northside Plugged.
It's not drugs, it's medicine.
Go ahead.
Shrooms.
Yeah.
Yes.
And absolutely, you feel me? I agree with that.
That's
Shrooms is
literally
a natural,
one of the safest drugs you can take.
Right.
Proven science and studies shown that it helps with depression, with eating habits, things of that nature. Rebalances your brain chemistry. There's a lot of benefits with that. It really like takes all your demons and your bad habits and just throws it right in front of your face like, look, fool, this is what you need to work on. And that's when people have a bad trip, that's what they're experiencing. All their fears, all their demons, all their traumas, that's telling them this is what you need to work on.
It's like right in the face, like
right in your face. It'll grab you and shove your face right
becomes
there.
reality, right? Kind of warped. Yeah, man, I'm too chicken to I've been I mean, man, I mean, you know, Chicago, you know, I've been around a lot of drug culture, and I'm not trying to generalize anything, but I've been around a lot of like people on the psychedelics, you know, so it's like I've never had that true immersive perspective of like going through it, but I understand enough just from hearing what other people go through, and yeah, man, like I feel like if you're able to harness it right in the best way possible, I feel like I can hear it in the music, you know, and I'm sure it's a part of your character, you know, become in a sense.
It's not about harnessing it though, it's more so about just letting it be,
right.
And experiencing it, just being fully opening and surrendering to that moment. And
yeah, for sure. Yeah, I feel you, and power to you for being able to go to experience that, you know, because it's something that I would love to experience, but again, like I'm too chicken, dude.
Like I said, I advocate for it.
Yeah,
I definitely think you should.
Yeah.
You don't even have to do a major dose.
Like microdose.
Exactly, and
yeah.
that will ease you into it, and it's unpredictable. I will say
and
that.
That's what scares me, dog.
That's the beautiful thing. The life is unpredictable.
See, I can handle that, but I feel like for just in that, man, I'm not saying you're wrong. Just
no,
for me,
of course, it's all perspective, and nobody wrong or right here. Do you have control issues though? Like, do you like to be in control of things?
Oh, for sure. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's my whole point. I could tell you straight up right now. That's the reason why I won't do it, because I know
because you're not the conductor on that train.
Exactly. That's my point. That. Now you get me. Yeah. No, that's facts. And like you know, you're embracing just the overall. Just take me wherever you're gonna take me. You know, and I respect it. I totally respect it. And I'm too chicken. In life, I'm ready to do it, but in terms of like taking shrooms or taking LSD, I can't do it, man. I'm sticking to the tree.
Hey, things change, so you might not feel that way in a couple months.
You never know, right? Yeah.
Just be open to it.
Oh, for sure.
If the opportunity,
I'm not close to it, but at the same time, I'm just kind of more hesitant, I guess. You feel me?
That's understandable.
Yeah.
Have you been presented with the opportunity?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I'm saying. I've been around it enough times where I'm just like kind of turned off from, not, again, like I've been around more LSD than shrooms. I haven't really been around as many shrooms. And the LSD more so, man, like I've just, that just turns me off, dude. You feel me? Again, like I'm not knocking nothing. It's the control factor for my own mental standard of just like, I don't know, man. I just don't want to do it.
I feel like LSD and shrooms, like, although it's it's similar in a sense. They hold different properties.
For sure, because LSD is basically more chemical, anyways. Right?
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah,
And
which
shrooms is just straight out the ground.
Yeah, that's gonna give you
out
more
the cow
natural.
dung. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Out the cow dung.
Out the cow dung. Shrooms is always something more inner with me, and then LSD is kind of more so of a party drug.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'd be like, yeah. It's more so when I want to have a good time, and the shrooms is for the reflection.
Power to you, man. And leading to that, when you're in that zone, right? What's your go-to activity? You feel me? Do you go to music? Do you just go outside and just kind of take it all in? Like, what's your
Little bit of everything. A little bit of everything. Whatever my spirit tells me to do, that's what I'm doing.
Dope. Yeah, because I mean that's pretty much what's the whole point of it in a sense, right? Is
I do prefer to be outside though.
sure, yeah.
It's just the colors are vibrant.
Oh, I can imagine.
It's so beautiful, bro. Especially if you're like in a meadow or like a garden, bro.
Yeah.
By the lake.
Oh yeah, by the lake, I can imagine.
Yeah,
You make me want to trip now.
Those blues.
Well, we got some NSP. Boss Dan, I forgot to tell you.
Bring them on in. We have a surprise for you. Bring them on in.
Best interview ever.
That'd be wild.
And yeah, check in with us on 30 minutes and see what happens. We had some commenters. Jonathan Medrano says, "What up? What up?" And Andrea Hernandez said, "I've always said he reminded me of George Harrison."
Yeah, I can see that.
She did tell me that. Yeah.
That's how'd you take it?
I loved it. That's a great compliment.
Is he your favorite Beatle?
I'm gonna be basic and say it's John Lennon.
Mr. Lennon, no, I agree. I feel you. Paul's Dan?
Oh, Paul.
I'm not mad at that at all. Paul's
Man's 80 years old and still selling out football arenas.
yes, sir.
Oh, for sure.
His
man.
talent is undeniable.
Undeniable.
For sure. And
But John Lennon got imagine there's no heaven. I can't, bro. Like that's one of my favorite songs ever. It's easier if you try, bro.
Beautiful.
Killed that. Beautiful.
Killed that. He definitely killed that.
yeah, man. Awesome, dude. Yeah, we just took a trip, didn't we, into
Yes, sir.
the psychedelic mind of Mr. Weegi Wizers. Again, shout out to everybody listening to us over here on Northside Plugged. Hit that subscribe button if you're enjoying this live stream. Shout out to all the listeners on Q4 Radio.
We're at 200 subscribers now, so thank you all.
Yeah,
Thank you all.
beautiful.
Huge
Thank you all.
milestone.
Thank you all. We were at 100 at the end of last year. Is that correct?
Around there, something like that. Yeah, I think so. And Boss Dan's goal, he said earlier in the year, was 300 by the end of the year.
And we're at 200 halfway there.
Halfway there, you feel
Y'all,
me?
y'all could
Come
do
on.
that in a
Come
month.
on.
Mess around, you feel me?
Yeah.
With the help of you people, of course.
Yes, indeed.
The supporters. Absolutely.
We appreciate you all. Thank you.
Appreciate you all. Absolutely. Appreciate everybody that's been on this journey with us, you know. And again, shout out to Weegi for being the latest journeyman on this on the ship with us.
Love it.
For sure, man. But yeah, no, it's awesome. And again, going back to everything just feels like it's coming full circle. You feel me? Full rotation. Out now. Quick little drop. But it's not about me. It's about Weegi. And he just dropped Weegidelia. And when did you drop that? Not too long ago, right?
June 17th.
Yeah. So within the month. That's
Out
awesome.
in your phone now.
Go check it out, ladies and gentlemen, on all streaming platforms.
All streaming platforms. Except SoundCloud. I got to put it on SoundCloud.
Right.
Yes.
Right. Now I feel it. Did you, before we get into it, did you start with SoundCloud originally, or what was your start? Because obviously now you're doing all streaming, but
It was definitely SoundCloud.
Right, yeah,
Everybody started with SoundCloud. And that Piff.
that Piff was my
Piff.
bro.
Piff.
I'm telling you
Dat
right
Piff.
now, dude. Like,
Shouts out Dad Piff.
I wish I was
Man.
born. I wish I was in that generation because I would be putting everything on Dat Piff. I still should, as you should as well.
The
but
mixtape era.
exactly.
Oh,
With DJ Drama
DJ
and Lil
Drama.
Wayne
Yup.
going crazy.
Gangsta.
Bro.
That's a bell ring. That's a bell ring deserved.
Bro.
For sure.
That's an era.
Weegi knows what it is. Absolutely.
I am a hip hop head to the core.
For sure.
Do not let the outfit fool you.
For sure, man. Hey, no, that only.
I'm a lover of music, actually.
Oh, that's clear.
If it's sonically pleasing, I'm into it.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's clear in Weegidelia. You feel me? Like, I feel like just overall, that's the great term for it. It's sonically pleasing, you know. And I kind of to break it down. When did you start like working on that?
Weegidelia?
Yeah.
And during the pandemic, actually.
Okay, so it's a couple of years.
But it wasn't Weegidelia then. It was just a bunch of songs that I was creating, and I was noticing a certain theme and a certain sonic to it.
Right.
And I was just exploring with everything. I didn't have my equipment back then, but now I got my own setup.
Nice.
And that's when I recorded it, when I got that setup. But other than that, it was just voice memos on my phone.
Okay, for sure. Keeping tabs.
Originally, my last EP, High Frequencies Only, that I dropped, that was going to be a part of Weegidelia. Okay. Nova, my good friend, shout out Nova.
Shout out Nova, he's in the chat. Shouts out Nova.
Bro was like, hey, I'm going to be real with you. Like, you don't got enough buzz for this.
I agree.
Because he heard Weegidelia when it was in its infant stages. And he was like, this is too good to drop without a buzz, man. You need to get out here and like throw a little 4-track EP. Yeah. And I was like, you know what? You're right. Yeah. One thing about me, I take criticism really well, especially if it's constructive. Right. And that was great advice. And I was like, you know what? I'm definitely going to do that. Yeah. So I put together High Frequencies Only, saw the reception that got, and I was like, okay, I'm going to hit him over the head with Weegidelia.
Knew what it was.
I knew what it was. It's all part of the game plan, man.
Yeah. And I was
shout out Nova for that.
Shout out Nova for real, yeah. Nova's a real one.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and it's funny you say that, bro, because I was literally thinking that on my way here. I'm listening to this project. I'm like, dude, like, you need more clout on this, bro. Like, and that's why I made.
Oh, it's coming.
Oh no, it's coming. It's definitely coming. That's what made me happy to that we were doing this today, because I'm like finally like indulging in the project. I was like, yes, bro. Like, give this man some more exposure. You feel me? If any type of exposure, just get you out here, dude. Because I mean, like, I was thinking literally the same thing. I'm like, dude, like I don't want to like class you on anything, but I'm just like, bro, this project is like. Is timeless. Like it is a quality project that's just like it's gonna be something over time that you're gonna look back on, and people are gonna look back on and be like, Weegidelia, Weegi was here. That was his state. Like, no, Weegi is here, and if you ain't listening, bro, you better tap the FM, bro, because I'm telling you,
gratitude, man.
For real.
Like, for real. I definitely resonate with that, and I could see it.
Yeah.
I can see it.
It's like true music, dude. It's like you could like that the whole project you could say it was made in like the 70s or something like that. You feel me? Like it could have been played at Woodstock or something like that. Like it just gives me those vibes. You feel me? Like mad, just kind of like excuse me.
We got a caller.
Excellent, because I forgot my point.
Oh, we got a caller?
We got a caller.
Oh.
You're on with Northside Plugged. Who's this?
Yo,
who's this?
Yo, you already know it's the fucking King.
Language.
Calling in. Oh, excuse
PG-13, please.
Excuse me. I came to talk to the infamous one and only Weegi Wizers.
Yay. Is this the one and only Nova the King?
Yes, sir.
My boy.
Oh, my brother.
How you feeling?
How y'all feeling tonight, man?
Oh, we're well.
Man.
I'm gonna give it to Weegi, bro. We're doing well.
Do you got a question?
My bad.
Do you got a question?
I just called in to say that I need to hear that Chicago played low key before the night ends.
Ooh.
I don't know if we could play that one. That's explicit.
If you stick it to the end, and if Weegi sends it to us, we can definitely play it at the end of the show. We can't play it during the live stream right now because we're on the radio, but once we get off the radio, we'll still have the live stream popping, so we could definitely play it.
Hey, man, just give these people a taste of that project. That's all I'm saying. Whatever y'all decide to play,
Oh,
blessing.
we already on top of that, but we appreciate it.
Love, bro.
For sure.
How you doing though,
Do y'all
Nova?
thing, man. I'm tuned in. I'm good, man. I just called in to make that request real quick. You know what I'm saying?
Oh no, we appreciate it. We appreciate it, man. We
Do y'all thing.
2 quick questions. When are we getting some new some new Nova, and when are we getting Nova on Northside Plugged?
Those are great questions, man. You get some new Nova soon. You already know. You know what I'm saying? Right now, it ain't about none of that. It's about Weegi. This is Weegi season.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody had to know. So I'm coming after Weegi. You can bet that.
Love, bro.
You're a real one.
Love.
You're a real one.
And, Northside Plug soon. It's got to happen. You already know.
Absolutely, man.
Absolutely.
You already know we're here. We'll make it happen, so just let us know. We'll keep in touch. All right, Mr. King. Nova the man.
Peace, my brother. Be
Peace.
safe.
He disappeared. Shout out to Nova.
Thank you, Nova. Appreciate you calling in. I thought I was going to let him say bye, but he kind of disappeared there. So
He Batman does, bro.
Threw the smoke bomb and got out there.
Just got up out the jail. Yeah, absolutely.
Incognito way out of there, for real.
Yes, sir.
Can you so we got some fans, Boss Dan.
Oh yeah, Van was just agreeing with us on our Roe v. Wade talk. Said she agrees with the separation of church. and
Shout out
state.
Vane.
She said she loves seeing men speak on the matter. She appreciates it. That's why we're bringing it up here. That's why we're talking about these things, because it's important for men to talk about these issues.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Real quick, I'm sorry. I just want to shout out Vane. Day one supporter. Rocking with Vane always. Mad love.
She's been with us for the infancy days for sure.
She came to my what's it called graduation party. Didn't forget it. Won't forget it. So I love Vane. Thank you. Continue, Boss Dan. I'm sorry. I just wanted to show up.
And Andrea also said, and that's on Kings supporting Kings, with that phone call from Nova the King. So plenty of
That's
Kings.
how it's supposed to be, man.
Absolutely. You got to support your friends and support your family out here.
Absolutely. And shout out to our new subscribers. We just got 3 new subscribers.
Hey.
204. So
here we go.
Shout out for all the love. Shout out.
Yeah.
Appreciate y'all, man.
Road to 300.
Road to 300.
Road to 300 coming.
Sosa baby. Chief Key, man. Anyways, Weegidelia. Back on track. So yes, I want to answer your question from earlier, my friend. I got to pull up the track list. So Weegi earlier asked me what my favorite track was. And funny enough that Nova said it, I'm going to have to...
In Chicago?
Before I say that, I enjoyed the whole project. You feel me? Like, I can't necessarily say one is my top favorite overall, but I will just for the sake of it. In Chicago and Smile Wide.
I love Smile Wide.
Yeah, I like how you started off. You talking about the kids and everything like that. I was like,
that was inspired by Bill Withers and Stevie Wonder.
Ooh, all right. I'm gonna have to listen to that now.
Let's play it. We got it in the.
Which one are we playing? Smile Wide.
Smile Wide. You can just play. Yeah, you don't have to know. Smile Wide by Weegi
Waves
Wizers.
crash as the sun sets. The children laugh, run around and play. The music blasts out in public. Oh, what a wonderful day to be alive. To be I can't help but smile wide, I can't help but smile wide. This that good life, this that good life. I can't help but smile wide, I can't help but smile wide. This that good life, this that good. Soaking up sunshine, I can't help but smile wide. Grown up with a side of lime, reminisce by wild times. It's love in the air, peace in my mind. Warmth in the wind, beauty can't avert my eyes. Dancing, dancing, dancing to the rhythm of the world. Mother Nature, my favorite girl. Serotonin levels rise. I got family by my side. Thinking how lucky I truly am. Make my soul flaunt and twirl. I'm all in a trance. Resting on my chest, blinging. Nowhere for material, but I rock it for the meaning. Tree of life, personal growth, and right now I'm just a seedling. Looking to elevate, flourish, blossom, do it no matter the season. Harvesting my energy, sync with divine entities. Allow my mind to send to me. Only love and light is entering. I'm high, off of this life, all gliding by. Off of this love. I can't help but smile wide, I can't help but smile wide. This that good life, this that good life. I can't help but smile wide, I can't help but smile wide. This that good life, this that good. When I think of the fear I conquered, vanquish mirrors with monsters. See clear my vision proper, befriended the hurt and the pain. It's so insane when I'm thinking of what I overcame. I know I hurt some folks. If you listening, I apologize. No excuse, it was all my fault. I was hurt and I was traumatized. In my youth, I was awful, often scoffing, made my mama cry. She sees the growth in the boy, she proud, it make me smile wide. Waves crash as the sun sets. The children laugh, run around and play. The music blasts out in public. Oh, what a wonderful day to be Welcome back from that beautiful journey. Experience.
Now I see what you mean by the Bill Withers and Stevie Wonder vibes. Just with the way those like the angelic like chorus kind of comes in before you kind of say the few lines, and then like it comes in like the
yes,
and
sir.
then coming with the few lines. I can definitely see that now.
And
the way you're talking about it.
And then just the imagery as well. Waves crash as the sun sets. The children laugh, run around, and play. Like,
using like the landscape and what you have around you to describe how you're feeling in the situation.
Yes.
Those two
are gods.
Are ungodly at that. The way they tell stories.
Oh my God.
So I can definitely see that.
Yeah, man. Going back to harnessing, man. I know, in a different topic, but just harnessing all those different energies and just putting it into one, and just making it your own, man. And going off of those vocals, I was like extremely impressed by that, dude. That was all you?
That's all me.
Yeah, that's busting.
Thank you.
Yeah,
and
that's busting.
Give me 3 years, I'm gonna be a fantastic singer.
Oh, I can see it for sure. You're already there, man. Of course, there's a little work to be done, as there's always is. I've got a lot of work for myself as a singer, but you just keep doing. The voice is gonna get better, and you're already doing it. It's already there. It sounds great.
Callback consistency is key.
Yeah, for sure. Consistency is key. You're a believer in the 10,000 hour rule?
Oh yes, definitely, most definitely.
Yeah.
I put my 10,000 hours in with this rap stuff.
Yeah.
Now it's for the singing stuff. Next is guitar.
Okay.
And then piano.
Nice.
And dance.
Nice. A man that's got it all planned out. I like it.
Yes, sir.
Have you dabbled in those instruments before, or you're just going to start from scratch?
I dabbled in guitar in my adolescence.
Sure.
When I was like 13, 14. Stopped it because I picked up rapping.
Right.
And now I'm like, okay, I got this rap thing down pat. I'm gonna go back to the
back,
guitar.
Yeah, I feel you.
I want to be able to, like, after I sing that, just pick up the guitar and just wail in a solo all crazy.
Oh,
Especially
yeah.
if you got that electric guitar too,
Bro.
bro.
Because I told you, I think this was off air, but when you come see me, you are leaving that night and you're talking about it for the rest of the night. I'm trying to give my supporters the most remarkable experience. I want them to leave like, what did I just experience?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, bro. And I mean, even in the I think couple times that I have seen you perform, bro, it's exactly that. Maybe not yet to the level that you see it and want it to be, but you're still creating that experience already, through your wardrobe, through I remember last time when I was you had like your red jacket on, you feel me? You was like stomping in your nice shoes and everything, bro. I was like, it's a vibe, it's an experience, and it's totally you, dude, and especially in a city of just, I feel like a lot of conformity and just, there's, whether it's said or not, bro, there's a lot of judgment and competition out here and a lot of just toxicity, bro. So
I don't care about none of that.
And that's what's beautiful. And that's the point of it all, is that's what's beautiful, is that you're going out there and it's like, it's obvious, and it's great to see and it's inspiring, bro, because it's just like, it's refreshing in the sense that, like, there are people that are out here that are willing to be creative and do their own thing, but can see their own lane and their own perspective in it, and again, live it and make it happen. And that's what you do, bro. And you do it very well. So
gratitude. I appreciate your kind words, man. Thank you.
Absolutely. It's all genuine and sincere on this side.
But if I could, I want to talk a little bit about Smile Wide.
Yeah, for sure.
So when I wrote that song, it was a beautiful day at the beach, of course. Obviously, I was just writing what I saw around me. And I had a conversation with one of my good friends the morning, and I was feeling a little down about just life and the trajectory that it was going in. And he told me, like, man, you feel down, but imagine the person that just laced up their shoes today and they had no idea that it was their last day on earth.
Yeah.
So instead of focusing on what you lack, focus on what you have.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I was like, you're absolutely right. I'm going to go to the beach today. And I did, and I wrote that song.
Wow. Yeah, that's powerful, bro. That's just... there's not really much to be said, because that's just all you said right there. You feel me? It's the natural kind of observation of, like, it's like an ultimate reality. I was just trying to process it. Your friend gave you an ultimate reality check, and you did something with it.
Exactly.
And
I soaked up the emotion in that moment. Like, you could hear it in the song.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, just everything around me. It was making me so joyous inside to see the kids run around and have their innocence and not worried about the adult the troubles and the traumas that we face. The waves sounded beautiful. The sun was setting. It was like art in the sky.
Yeah.
What a wonderful day to be alive.
Yeah. And I can literally, like, see that and visualize that in the song, dude. I'm curious, bro, because this is self-diagnosed, but I feel like I have, I'm sure you're familiar with it, synesthesia. You know what that is?
Where you see colors and you can, like, hear them?
Yeah, so it takes different forms, but, like, for me, it's exactly that. So when I hear music, it takes different, I see different, it's hard to explain, because it's like, if you play a song right now, I can't just say, oh, I see purple and red, it's like, I can, but it's more of just like you said, like an experience type of thing,
I do too when I close my eyes, though.
Right, exactly. Yeah, that's when you more see it, you kind of, when you're listening to music and you're kind of like eyes open, it's more of like a feeling of it, of like association. But when you close your eyes, it's
a whole nother world.
Yeah. Have you seen Ratatouille?
Yes.
You know,
when he's biting
exactly.
into
That's the most
exactly what it is.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, and that's just associating that with Smile Wide. That's kind of like, not only am I getting like the colors, but I'm getting, like you said, the imagery. I'm getting the picture. I'm feeling like I'm actually there in that setting, just immersed in the whole of everything, you know. So yeah, that's all I wanted to say.
That's what I wanted Weegidelia to be, immersive experience. Even the way that I sequenced the project.
Right.
In Chicago, before Smile Wide comes in, you hear the beach sounds and
Yeah,
everything,
yeah.
and then the seagulls, and then waves crashes.
Yeah.
That's all meticulous. That's on purpose.
Yeah.
I want to create the most enjoyable experience for the listener.
That's awesome.
Because I really care about this.
Yeah.
I love this with all my heart. I'm a very passionate man. Everything I do, it has to be with passion. Even when I make love to a woman, if there's no passion in it, I want no parts of it.
Exactly. Absolutely. Yeah, that's spot on. And again, man, that's what people need to be able to do, is just be able to like express their passions. You know, I feel like a lot of people. Go ahead.
Man, I'm so glad you said that, because I
in.
feel like we're in today's society. People are just so scared to be themselves, scared to try new things.
Yeah.
And, it's because of their fear, of their self-doubt that they can't do it, or what other people have placed upon them.
For sure.
And it's just like, yo, you're not gonna get out this life alive.
Exactly.
None of us are gonna survive. Do what you want.
Do what the hell you want.
And do it well, and do it with love.
Exactly.
Everything,
Purpose.
Purpose. Everything that you do, you move with love.
Yeah.
And that's the key to happiness.
Ding, ding, ding. Oh. That's
Ring
the
that
answer.
bell.
That's the answer to life right there. Boom. You feel me? You're spot on, man. And it's a simple thing, but it takes a lot to go through to get to that point, you know?
It really does.
But a counterpoint, or I guess I'm just kind of basing this off where I am in my life. Sometimes I definitely think that being happy is important, and not like sacrificing your own happiness for like just being successful in life in general. And sometimes happiness and success kind of go hand in hand. But would you agree that sometimes compromises have to be made in order for you to get to that next step? Like,
sure.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not always just like as like the you always see those pictures where it's like, I gotta go this way. Where life is like, it's not a straight path upward. It goes up and down and around and twisting sideways and like that. So I like, and I totally agree with what you guys are saying. Like, I definitely agree that like you shouldn't do something if it doesn't make you happy.
No, I totally get what you're saying.
Spot on.
And yes, compromises do have to be made. Sacrifices do have to be made, but it's more so happiness is not found at an end goal. It's found in the journey. I'm very big on stoicism and stoic philosophy, and one of their phrases is amor fati, which means love of one's experience. So the good, the bad, and the ugly. You find joy and you find gratitude in all of it. And that's how you stay level-headed.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because I think too many times, or a lot of the times, we kind of tend to take the bad as very bad, or just like sit with the bad instead of kind of knowing that there's good to come soon. Or like the way sometimes we react to the bad is like, I would say not I mean myself included, it's like an overreaction.
Yes.
Where like and that's fine. Like, people react to things in different ways, but at the same time, you got to realize that like that's not where your life is headed. Like, that's just one bad moment. That's one bump in the life, in the grand scheme of things. Like, there's just so much more greatness out there for you to achieve, and so many more opportunities and so much more happiness to have. That the bumps in the road that you have, and like the falls and the hard times and the times where you struggle, it just makes the journey. It's part of the journey, and it makes the rise up of the happiness and the success that much better at the end of the day.
Yes, it does.
Absolutely.
It makes you appreciate those moments more, I think.
Absolutely.
As well.
It really does.
Absolutely, man. And it's like, and especially like coming from like an artist perspective type of thing. Of course, like you like being an artist, you want to like live just be an artist, do your thing. You want to be paid to follow your dreams, basically. But coming back to your point, it's like you can't always just jump 100% in. Like I would love to just jump 100% in. I'm trying my 110% to jump in. You feel me? But it's like with reality being how it is. It's like I gotta fuel my fire. I gotta make things happen and within that, and I know you both are the same. It's like you gotta do those things sometimes that you don't want to do in order to get where you want to be. And it's like you gotta endure some moments in your life where you're just going to that crappy job, or you're just in circumstances that just like, I don't want to be in this. This isn't me. This isn't for. I need to change this.
It's part of the process,
but it's part of it.
And
exactly.
like Dan was saying, that creates that gratitude for when you do get there. Because like, if you're just handed everything, what's the point of life?
Exactly. You won't appreciate it. You won't see what you have. Yeah, absolutely, man. So it's like circling back to the pandemic and everything. You got to kind of go through. Everybody goes through whatever, but you got to go through your crap basically in life, you got to go through a certain level of crap in life to really appreciate and understand like what we're talking about here. And it's kind of a Mace Windu perspective, in the sense of like channeling the light side and the dark side of the force. You feel me?
Balance.
Absolutely. I'm big on, because I'm gonna tell you, man, I channel positivity. I radiate positive. I try to, in social circle settings, whatever, try to be that radiant light. But I have a lot of negativity and demons and darkness within me.
We all do, man.
We all do. And that's what I'm saying is like, through my life, I've learned to, rather than fear it, and when I go through the worst of the worst in my life, it's taught me that, okay, I got to take these, and thank God I'm blessed to be an artist. I got to take these moments, I got to take this pain, I got to take this trauma, and I got to flip it. I got to flip it, and I got to make something great. Even if it's just me feeling better, not me not feeling that. You got to embrace that darkness. You got to embrace that hardship, but you just can't turn to the dark side, man. Don't be an Anakin Skywalker, dog.
I've found a new understanding about emotions and everything, and understanding that it's important to go through them and not repress them, and we are not our emotions, we're just simply experiencing them.
Yeah, it's not healthy.
It's not healthy. All that anger and resentment, bitterness, it's poison in your body, and it does nothing for you. And anger is just a response of lack of control, honestly.
Yeah, for sure.
That's a great point. And and I just lost my train of thought, son of a gun. But I definitely agree. No, the anger and those. I'm sorry. What was the point you said about anger? Can you repeat your last line about anger?
Anger is a response of lack of control.
Because wow, that's why I wanted to respond to. That's such a great point, because with the lack of control, you don't feel like you can take over a situation. And sometimes people, think about like the angriest people as soon as something doesn't go their way, they just get immediately angry, and they have to make it so it fits in their what they want.
Exactly.
That's such a good point. That's such a great perspective on anger. I really like that. Now that you say it, I'm going to use that more. Hey, just because you're not on the boards doesn't mean you can't get angry.
I need to be on the boards.
I think G Money needs to go to the bathroom.
I don't know. I'm just channeling this. I'm very energetic. Talking about my legs and moving. I don't have to use the laboratory, Mr. Weegi Wizers.
Okay,
but I thank you for the concern. That's just my energy and excitement. I'm like a dog right now, wagging my tail. I'm just wagging my knees right now. And
I know this is a very fruitful conversation.
Yeah, I'm enjoying the realness and the.
That's all you're gonna get with me. I hate small talk, man.
Exactly.
I cannot stand it. I'd rather not talk.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm the same way, man.
I don't need to say nothing.
And I feel like just as you get older and you find that out more about yourself, you're just like, man, I don't even want to like entertain nothing that doesn't have any substance, or it's like, why am I gonna waste my time, bro? Like, I'm trying to be a respectful person. I'm gonna do what I gotta do, but at the end of the day, it's just like, if it ain't substance, if it's not meaningful, and then it's just like, why are we you know,
why are we even conversating, or why are we even here together?
but
Just to hear ourselves talk.
and that's the thing, people just
a
talk
lot of people love to hear themselves talk.
Oh my God, it's the worst. I just want to be like, shut.
and then you're just like,
Shut up.
nah,
Oh yeah. I'd be like, okay, cool. And then they say something else, like, are you done?
yeah.
Then they're not. They're gonna keep going.
And then I walk away.
Yeah, man, it's you got to control the pettiness for sure, dog. I'm not saying you. I'm just saying in general. Like I find myself really, really, really trying to hold myself back because I'm telling you right now, bro. I can be very petty, bro. And if I don't, I don't want to be. I don't want to be a jerk, bro. I don't want to be in that moment and somebody's like, unless it's some BS, bro. I'm not gonna tolerate no BS. But I'm saying,
Exactly.
you got those people that are like passionate about what's going on, but it's just like, you made just. Something's out, you're just not feeling it, whatever. That's what I mean. You're just like, You don't want to like break their heart type of thing, But then there's in those moments, you're just like, oh, I don't. I'm done with this conversation. Yeah, man, I feel you. But that's why we're blessed to be here on Northside Plugged and indulge in whatever we want to conversate about.
Yes, indeed.
So, Mr. Weegi Wizers, what do you want to talk about?
What do I want to do? Don't ask me.
I was just joking with you. That's a terrible, host question to ever ask.
What do you want to talk about? Which basically means I don't know what else to talk about.
I don't know what else to talk about. No, I know what else to talk about. So we've been going in and out of Weegidelia. We got to listen to Smile. I don't want to screw it up.
Smile Wide.
Smile Wide. Awesome. And I was so I was saying In Chicago and Smile Wide were probably my favorites.
What did you like about In Chicago? What was your favorite
I like
part?
that it was very Chicago-y. I just can't, I got where you were coming from. Again, this is based off just one listen, so I got to listen to it a few more times to really, but just, yeah, man, I like the story behind it. I like how you were, what you were talking about, how like you saw a girl. It's basically a story about your relationship, right? I just felt it. I resonated with it, and it was very in Chicago, and as I was like driving on my way here, I'm like, yo, like I'm just vibing with the whole project. I was just I was immersed in it. I got where you were coming from. I resonated with it, so yeah.
Gratitude, man.
For sure.
My favorite part of In Chicago is that little break that happens towards the end, where I go into that falsetto.
Yeah, and then
the beat strips down.
Kind of goes hard, right? It's got that like synthesizer. Yeah, that was hard, dude.
And I have one of those lines. It says, there was something in the air that day. I don't know what it was. Dare I call it love? Like that just hits me. Like,
yeah.
Because looking back on it, I didn't know what that was, and I was like, oh, wow.
Yeah.
Is this? Because like I said, I didn't allow myself to feel how I feel now. So I was like brushing things off like, oh, yeah. But hindsight's 2020. I'm like, wow, that was something special.
Yeah. I feel you, man. Yeah. Now we all have those experiences where it's just like, I don't know, we kind of go through them in the moment, but we don't really know how to feel about them, right? And then it's just like after you're like, no matter how it went, or how it transpired at the end, it's just like, oh, that was cool, I appreciate that experience, absolutely. And that's how it's supposed to be at the end of the day, like nothing's, I don't want to say nothing's meant to last forever, but most things aren't meant to last forever,
I would say nothing.
At the end of the day with life, right, life is going to end, right, exactly. Yeah. But, how I was thinking about it, it's like, yeah, we're going to die, but who's to say you don't find your true love and you both die and like you still love each other to the grave, like you, no matter whether in this form or the afterlife, like your spirit is always going to be connected with the ones that you love, right? And that's where I kind of see it as like things do kind of last forever in a sense, maybe not to our full human interpretation and everlasting, but and that's a whole other, that like,
we could open up that can of worms.
Go ahead. How do you feel about it?
Life is a never-ending cycle.
Right.
It's literally recycled experiences, and you just travel from vessel to vessel.
For sure.
I really truly believe in reincarnation.
You don't believe in the Christian standard that as soon as you're dead,
No.
you're gonna meet heaven,
No.
meet God at heaven's gates. You're gonna wait your ticket. You're gonna wait in line. Might have to wait in purgatory. Might have to wait a little bit. Take a number. And then once you get there, everything's going to be fine and dandy, and lunch is at 9, and or the breakfast is 9.
Meals are served at 9, 12, and 6.
What am I, 83? I want the early bird special.
There's a 200, what's it called, in-screen TV for everybody that's ever died in the history
Bro,
of civilization.
The idea of heaven in that sense, it never seemed like pleasurable to me. That's too much dopamine. That's too much gratification. I'm gonna get sick of that really quick.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, that just doesn't sound comforting to me. Like, it's cool for like the first week.
It's like retirement, right?
But that's for all of eternity. Fam.
Yeah.
I'm cool on that. But I believe that, like I said, recycled experiences. I believe that we are the universe just experiencing itself. And
that's cool. Yeah, you're right.
I do find truth in all the religions, though. They all.
Oh, for sure.
Yes.
For sure.
I can't stand people that are so arrogant and they believe that their God is the one true God.
Yeah.
I cannot stand
The word.
the words. It's like talking to a brick wall.
Yeah.
Here's a realization for about half of America. Jesus Christ was not white.
No.
I know, G-Money. I know this is hard to hear. But a man born in the Middle East is not what was 99.999% not white. Most likely not white.
Blasphemy.
I know. It's crazy. Call me crazy on that one. No, but I agree. I think that there are definitely good parts of every religion. I mean, they definitely all have their things that you're like, oh wow, like that's
what you take out of it.
Yeah, it's all about what you take out of it, and I think that's why. I think as our generation kind of gets older and more people realize that organized religion is just a lot of BS at the end of the day. I mean,
It's about control.
Yeah, it's just about control. I mean, that's what
Mental,
going back to our Roe v. Wade argument. Basically, at the end of the day, that's kind of where that kind of all comes back to, is kind of controlling the population. But yeah, the organized religion is just meant to control people and kind of keep them organized in some sort of morality, like self morale brainwash. Where at the end of the day, it's I think it's kind of like with music, it's you don't want to just stick to one part of music. You need to listen to all the types of music to take all the good parts that come from all the types of music. Sure, I don't like country music, but there are moments that are good for the culture and good for music in general. Like, and it may not be like the go-to thing that I want to listen to on a given day or night or anything like that, but there's something out of it there's something to take out of it. And I think that can be said with religion too. Like, sure, you might not want to go to temple on Saturdays for celebrating with Judaism, but there are a lot of good things that you can take from Judaism, and definitely can, and from all others. That was just the first one that came off the top of my head.
Yeah, no.
Definitely. And like, and look in the mirror, and in the intro, I don't know if you heard it.
I heard it.
Yeah. It's literally talking about the idea of oneism and how at the foundation and the core teachings of every religion, it's about how Jesus or God or Buddha, Muhammad, whatever you want to call it, is inside of you.
Exactly.
And that's beautiful.
How do you embrace it? And you were talking about how, like, the times when, and another thing that I very much resonated with, times where you look in the mirror and you self-loathe, right? And you're just not seeing the image that you want to see, and you're feeling insecure about it and all that, but again, it's that conscious awakening within yourself and being fed up with, I'm tired of the depression, I'm tired of dragging myself down, I'm tired of allowing other outside forces to dictate how I see myself in the mirror, right?
And do something about it.
Exactly.
Shout out Ideal, Mixed by Ideal. he did his thing with that record. I really wanted it to explode. I really wanted it to convey that story, and it did. Like, when he sent me back that final mix, I almost cried because that song just holds a very deep place in my heart. I've been through that depression, cutting myself, contemplating suicide. I hung a noose in my closet and just watched it, bro.
Wow.
And I've come really close to that, and the really messed up thing about that is that I had a family member that committed suicide. And
R.I.P. man.
Yes. And I was like, in that moment, I was like, do I really want to put my family through that? And I was like, nah, let me stick this out. Let me
Thank God you did.
Let me see where this goes.
Yeah.
And like, all that darkness, it's something beautiful. It's a light at the end of the tunnel.
For sure. But in that moment, you gotta find that light.
You got to find that light. It always gets better.
Yeah.
It's
for sure.
It always gets better. You just have to put in the work.
Exactly. People don't want to put in the work. That's the thing.
It's not an easy task. I understand that depression, when it got you, it got you. It's like quicksand. It's like a tar pit.
Absolutely.
But you can get out of it.
But you got to convince yourself.
You got to convince yourself. You got to change the way that you talk to yourself. You got to change the way that you think. You got to change the way that you eat. You got to change what you listen to. You got to change what you read, what you watch. And
everything you consume, basically.
Yes. And sky's the limit at that point.
Literally. Once you get over that hump, right?
Once you get over that hump. And if you don't believe me, I am living proof of that.
Ditto. Ditto. Absolutely. You know, it's speaking to the choir, bro. And that's a whole other thing that just isn't spoken about enough, you know, is the depression and the anxiety that we all go through. You know, we all deal with it. It's human, you know, but, you know, not everybody has different coping mechanisms. And like you said, you know, R.I.P. to your cousin. I have a good friend of mine that I grew up with in grade school and our freshman year of high school. We went to different high schools, but same thing. He committed suicide too, bro.
My condolences.
Thank you, dude. Same, you know, right back to you. And it's that thing because, you know, I'm similar as you. I mean, I haven't gone quite as far as you have, you know, and I'm not judging you or anything like that. You know, I'm just saying from my own experience, but I totally get it. You know, I've been right there. You feel me? I've been at that precipice moment of is this it?
Is this it?
Yeah. Is this it? Is this the moment where I'm just done? But again, it always goes back to the family and your loved ones and the greater purpose of understanding that my life wasn't even going back to, I mean, my existence was premeditated, preconceived, and in me knowing that, it would be selfish for me to end my life knowing that, you know, I was brought into this world through a purpose, you know, and I have to channel and just live that purpose until I can't anymore.
Yes,
you know.
Yes, you owe that to yourself.
Yeah, and you owe that to your loved ones that, you know, want to see you live, and we have that responsibility of being here too. Again, as men, you know, not that women don't have that responsibility, but just speaking from a man's perspective, we have that perspective that we are here in these seats to make sure that we can take care of our loved ones as best as possible, you know, because it would be selfish not to.
That's the goal. That's the goal.
You know, and even if, you know, we're not at that point where we're financially where we want to be and, you know, circumstantially where we want to be, you can still, and I'm just preaching right here, like you can, in these small moments, still be there for your people, you know, like just however that makes sense in your life, whatever it is that you have to do, you know, like it just goes back to, again, what Weegi said is looking in the mirror, you know, whether it's through yourself or through your own whole life and just seeing what's real, you know, and seeing what is going to last forever, who's there for you forever, and not just for the benefit of the things that you do or the energy that you give, but it's something that is just true and timeless and forever, you know?
Yes, indeed. And hopefully when you look in the mirror, you see love, you see light, you see somebody that's more than capable of achieving their dreams.
Yeah.
I pray that you do.
Yeah. As do I do to you and Dan and all of our listeners and everybody, man, because nobody deserves to feel that feeling of just like that sinkhole, that quicksand feeling.
Nobody does. Like, if people if people understood their potential, this world would be much better off.
Yeah.
If everybody had the belief in themselves, but I understand it's not constructed that way.
Yeah.
And that's why you need to put in the work.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Absolutely. Boss Dan, how you feeling over here?
I'm feeling good. Feeling good. I definitely agree with what both of you are saying, man. It's, yeah, I mean, I feel like a lot of people go through those emotions, and especially over these past 2 years, everyone's had their own experience with it.
Oh yeah.
I think I'd be lying if I said I haven't, but I mean, but you think about your family and you think about what the reactions that other people would have, and like we've all had experiences in our own family, in our own circles of it happening, and you see how it affects the people closest to you, and from there I think you see that I think that's what kind of drew me away from it and kind of keeps me out of that is that you, like, seeing how hurt your family gets over someone else that you know and love go through that, and then you think about, and like, I don't know, that's what kind of keeps me from kind of, you know, I don't even know how to say it, but I guess just like taking that next step, I guess, which
literally,
but yeah, just like think about think about my family and like what they would do, I think is what keeps me away from that as much as possible.
Same, man. There was a quote that said suicide is it's not an answer to your problems. Right. It's just transferring them over to somebody else.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's true.
And it is not.
You're putting new trauma onto people.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah, Andrea just commented. She said, "I always tell myself that suicide is a permanent solution, in quotations, to temporary problems. In the moment, it feels like things are never getting better, but it's always family that brings me back from the edge."
Yes, I love that for you.
Definitely agree with her there, 100%.
Yeah, man, and that's what's so important, you know. And I just feel for the people that, you know, aren't blessed to have that family. And again, going back to the, you know, just kind of rethinking the Roe v. Wade, right? You know, there's people that, you know, feel these things, but don't have that luxury of being able to have the people that are counting on them. You know, it's only them, and they're only soaking in their life and their grief and their suffering. You know, so it's like, I feel like those are the strongest people that are able to make it out of that, because it's like, if you're feeling all of this and you're all alone, like you know, like you don't have anybody that you can turn to, or anybody that's counting on you, and you're just out here on your own, and you're just trying to make a life and do good, you know, and you're able to overcome that. Power to you.
Power to you. And you can do anything.
You can do anything. Like, you know, you can do it. Like, you can do anything. You, the person. Anybody can do anything. And you just got to tell yourself that. You got to convince yourself that. And you got to just start doing it. You know, just start doing it. And that's the hardest thing of anything.
You hear me? Start.
Begin now. Hey, you, listener, watcher. You know that life you've been putting off? You know that dream that you've just been waiting for and saying, hey, maybe tomorrow I'll make it happen. Guess what? That dream is right here, right in front of you. Right in the front of the mirror. Did you send that song?
No,
okay,
that's too explicit.
Okay, it's all good. It's all good. Well, I thank you guys for this. I didn't think that we wouldn't get this deep into the conversation, but we got here. You feel me? And it's been a ride, and I feel like let's give the people some more Weegi to kind of get our ups back, and we'll play some Weegi, and we'll come back and we'll chop it up more, and give y'all some more Northside Plugged. So yeah, Boss Dan, let's see what we got over here. We'll play New Dimension.
Oh, I love this song.
By Weegidelia.
Weegidelia in your phone now.
Come along with me to
go blind, or eye on the prize. All that's innocence, love and life. I could take you there. I could take you there. If you trust me. Let's go. Found the game to dimension. My wavelength and baby we vibing. I see volumes even inside. You'll see stardust in my iris. This perspective, life is vibrant. Now I can take you, baby, but you gotta be open-minded. You gotta be committed, full of love, light.
Woo! Weegidelia.
In your phone now.
I love it.
I'm gonna keep saying that. It's in your phone now. Go get that.
Go get it.
And if it ain't in your phone now,
Then what are you doing?
go get that. What
Nah,
you doing?
It's already in your phone. It's on all streaming platforms. You have no excuse. Go listen to it.
Go get it now.
Go get it. So,
Welcome to the new dimension.
break it down.
That one had some. That one had some like Tame Impala / like Glass Animals type of vibes to it.
Yeah.
I keep going back to like the psychedelics. That kind of. I don't want to say spaciness because it wasn't as spacey. It was just more psychedelic. But that one, that was a good one too. That was a very groovy song. I really liked that one.
Groovy.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, that song is more so about the fifth dimension.
Mm-hmm. Not the fourth, the fifth dimension.
The fifth dimension.
You're going to have to break this down.
Which is about love and gratitude. And when you operate on that wavelength, life is just completely different. Everything is in your favor. The universe rewards you. It gets deep, man.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I'm operating on at all times.
Yeah. No, I feel it, man. I'm right there with you, dog. I feel it, and it's quite a journey. You feel me? Once you kind of
beautiful.
Get in there, it makes life gorgeous, dog.
And all I want to do is bring more people in,
yeah.
And that's what I'm doing. Mm-hmm. I'm just like, yo, bring yourself over here.
Kind of feels like it's kind of like no, I'm not. No, I'm not gonna start Pandora's box. No. See, there, you just witnessed it right there. Petty Gareth almost came out, but I pulled it back.
Good.
It would have been funny. It was nothing bad. It was funny. It was on the topic of everything that we've been talking about today. But I'm gonna just urine it back and not offend anybody.
All right.
But yeah. So the new dimension. Yeah, man. I just the love. It's so needed right now. The message of what you're putting out, what you're promoting. I totally rock with it, man. I'm super happy we've been able to have you come in here tonight and just just put your energy out here. We can just vibe and have a good time, and your music's incredible, dude, and I'm glad that people have been able to enjoy it in this episode and just kind of feel you out through the music and what's going on, so
I'm grateful, like I said, to be here. Thank you. I appreciate you and y'all platform, you too, Dan. Y'all are doing a beautiful service for the city with this.
Yeah, thank you, man.
Northside Plugged.
Appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
That's what we do it for. We do it for the people.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
And that's when you win the most.
Yeah, that's how we all win. You feel me? It's we're just all coming up together, you know, and that's why we say, you know, may as well say it now, you know, like with anybody and everybody that comes on our show, and you know, we do this. You become a part of the NSP family. You feel me? So that's what you are, my friend.
Yeah.
You're part of the NSP family. Welcome aboard.
I've been knighted.
He's been knighted. That's what we got to do. We got to get a sword up.
Yo, we gotta get a sword,
Just
Guess
start
what?
a
knighting people.
lightsaber.
Oh, I got to dig that. I got lightsabers. I do have a sword.
Y'all used to have lightsaber fights in the block.
Absolutely.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
I had the green joint.
Okay. I had
oh,
them
yeah.
all.
Y'all don't want to see me.
I had them all. But I had the Darth Maul. What you talking about, boy?
Oh,
Come
the
on,
dual
stop.
joint?
Yes, sir. Stop playing with. Phew.
That's how we should knight people.
Come
Do
on,
it.
y'all.
Just one shoulder than the other.
Yeah, if I could find
That's
that.
fire.
That would be
Oh,
busted.
Do they still make those?
Oh, you
Probably.
can. Sure, you can find them. Yeah, and I'm sure.
I don't know about the plastic ones. You can
Yeah,
get some
I don't
really.
know about the plastic
I found some like people on Etsy and other websites that make some really nice ones, but you can probably still find the plastic ones somewhere.
Those were bussing,
Those
dude.
were, that was an era.
That was an era, dude.
That was awesome.
Don't get us started over here on
Yeah,
Star Wars, dude. That's another Pandora's box, but Star
Don't
Wars,
open
we
that.
will.
Don't open that.
We've been. Did you see the new Kenobi series? Are you
Nah,
versed in Star Wars at all?
I would say a casual Star Wars fan.
feel you.
I seen like Revenge of the Sith and Return of the Jedi.
Mm-hmm.
What else did I see? I'm into like the Bounty Hunter, those games.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Forced Unleashed.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm not like, I know
Yeah.
all the Star Wars.
Well, I highly recommend you. You're deep enough to be able to appreciate it whenever you have time. You know, you don't have to overly gas it. Just start with A New Hope, and then Empire Strikes Back, and then you've seen Return of the Jedi. You said, but
Yeah, go release order. Always.
see it again. You know, and then watch the prequels, and then if you want, no, you could skip the new
Sequel trilogy.
the new sequel. You don't need to see that, but definitely check out the Obi-Wan Kenobi series as well after you watch
Obi-Wan
Obi-Wan.
Kenobi.
Yeah, you won't regret it. But I appreciate your you delving into it, because some people that like we were talking about it last week. It's just like it's like tasting food. You feel me? It's like at least try it. You know, before you give an opinion on it, at least try it.
I try to do that with everything.
Yeah.
And if I haven't tried it, I won't give my opinion on it.
Yeah.
Because it's just unfair.
Exactly.
And I'm just speaking out of ignorance.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
hate that.
Yeah. And again, that's growth, you know. And trust me, I've been there. You know, I was a very picky eater, so I had to,
Oh, me too.
you feel
But
me?
now I eat everything.
Right. Because you try it, you know, and then
Yeah.
you know what you like, you know what you don't like, and kind of makes sense.
Except
of-
raisins. I hate raisins.
You don't like raisins? I like raisins.
I hate raisins. I don't like regular hummus.
Okay.
But if it got like things in it, like spices or I don't know, it's a texture thing with the hummus.
yeah, I feel you.
It's kind of nasty.
Yeah.
But raisins, don't ever offer me raisins. Don't give me a box of raisins.
Way to disrespect Northside Plugged, because I brought a whole batch of fresh baked oatmeal raisin cookies just for you, Weegi Wizers.
You better get them out of here.
If I pick off the raisins right here in front of your face, will you eat my? you eat it?
You're gonna have to pick off all the raisin residue off that.
I'm messing with you, man. No, I feel you, dog. Yeah, no, that's another Pandora's box we could go into about all the foods that we like and don't like, and
Real talk.
what I do want to hear before we close out the show, Boss Dan, during the music being played, said that there's some free agency news in the NBA, and I'm curious as to what's going on, and I'm sure some people are as well.
All right, some of the updates from today so far. Of course, the big one is Kevin Durant has requested a trade to go out of Brooklyn, which is hilarious after Kyrie kind of re-signed and decided he was going back. Bradley Beal, Nikola Jokic, and Devin Booker all signed Supermax contracts to stay with the teams they're at. Some other deals that I've seen, Bobby Portis is going back to the Bucks, 4 years, 49. PJ Tucker is signing 3 years, 33 with the Sixers. JaVale McGee signed 3 years, $20 million with the Mavericks. Lonnie Walker signed a 1 year, $6.5 with the Lakers. Oladipo's going back to the Heat. Patty Mills returning back to the Nets. Those are some of the big ones. And, of course, Jalen Brunson signing a big deal to the Knicks. I believe it was 4 years, 118 million, I believe, was that. So a lot more coming with free agency, and we'll talk more about that next week. Because it's going to get crazy. Yeah. As always, the NBA stays relevant 24/7. Always does. Just knows how to do it.
This KD, Kyrie, we kind of smelled it, but as soon as KD was like, yo, I'm trying to get out, that opened up.
Yeah, that
another Pandora's box.
Another Pandora's box in Brooklyn. So
KD to the Bulls. Right, you heard it here first. Northside Plugged. That's why we haven't signed Zach LaVine yet.
But you know who the Bulls did sign on a 1-year deal? Andre Drummond.
Oh, did we?
Yeah.
Yes,
Andre Drummond. I did see that on Twitter. That was one I wanted to say.
So I know that because I know we were trying to get Mo Bamba, but we didn't want to pay him that much. So he went back to the Magic, and then I know in terms of big men, we were also looking towards. I'm gonna get his name wrong, but it was like Luke Hartenstein or something. He plays for the Clippers. He's a good, decent athletic center. We were looking at him as well, but I'm not mad at Andre Drummond. I do hope that we get rid of Tristan Thompson. I hope he's not back because that was.
I'm still surprised that he was on rosters like this year. I was surprised when the Celtics brought him back at the beginning of the year. I was like, do we really want this?
Oh, y'all had right. So we both experienced that. Real quick, because I don't want to lose this. It looks like one of your peoples, Areli Avila. If you know her, she said, "Can we talk about the EP cover?" Which is something that we missed out on. So, you want to talk about that a little bit, real quick?
Yeah, the EP cover was taken by my great friend Kiki Lopi Art. Follow her on Instagram. Shout out Kiki. She's an incredible photographer. We shot that last month at Lake Catherine. It's this beautiful forest preserve type area. We got a mirror and we poured 3-4 gallons of water on the mirror, and then she was like, tap the mirror so it could create that ripple effect. And she got it at the precise moment. And then
I gotta see this real quick.
Yeah, to check it out. It was just
that's dope.
Incredible. And I was like, that's the cover right there. As soon as she sent me the picture, I was like, that's it.
It's hard.
There was no doubt in my mind.
Simple, simple. Didn't need really any text. You just slap that parental advisory on real quick.
Yeah.
And it's official. Make sure you got the 3,000 by 3,000 for all you artists that may have trouble. Need that. It differs or whatever, but you gotta have that square. Covers, whatever
art.
The terms are. There's a term for it, but whatever. But yes, art.
Yeah.
Correct.
JPEG.
Shout out
JPEG.
Kiki.
Thank you. Yes. So shout out Kiki. Correct.
Ping.
Awesome, dude. Yeah, no, that's another thing that the cover art in itself just has a very professional vibe to it, which with any project is very important. It's the first impression.
Like I said before, man, I love this. I'm gonna give this my all, whether it's writing, whether it's recording, whether it's performing, and the visual aspects that go along with it.
Yeah.
I want to do my very best, because I love it, and I want nothing more out of life than this right here.
Yeah, and it shows, man. It definitely shows. And with that being said, bro, and everything that you've got going on right now, just real quick, I know you're pushing hard Weegidelia, but what would you say is next in the store for Weegi Wizers?
You're just gonna have to mess around and find out.
Love it.
Ooh, okay, all right.
But you kind of gave us a snippet. You told us the guitar and we kind of got the plan set up.
Oh, but you have no idea.
Oh, we don't have no idea. That's what's exciting. You feel me? No, I know, bro. I know. That's the deep crevice of the mind of an artist, bro. It's never ending. And so
never ending.
I'm right there with you, and I totally get it.
It's always what's next.
Exactly. There's always a master plan going on in our brains.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely, man. Well, before we do our final activity on Northside Plugged, I just want to say again, thank you to Weegi Wizers for coming in, man. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Gratitude.
Absolutely,
Appreciate
man.
you, G Money Dan.
Absolutely.
Y'all are incredible souls,
thank you, man.
individuals. I could definitely see myself just chopping it up with y'all over some drinks or some smoke.
Oh, you know it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. No, there's
And some food.
absolutely
No raisins, though.
No raisins.
I'm bringing a pack of raisins now that you said that.
I'm telling you, don't do it, bro.
Don't do it.
Unless
We-
you want
we
them
go
to fly
smack.
50 feet. I'm telling you.
I kind of just want to see what happens. I'll be like, yo, Weegi, what you gonna do with the box of raisins that I bestowed
Okay.
upon you, bro? He gonna
Gonna slam dunk him into the nearest trash receptacle is what he's gonna do.
Hey man, no,
Just alley-oop right there, bang, right in there.
no man, no. I appreciate all the vibes, the energy, man. It's been it's pretty much what I expected tonight, dude. So I very much have enjoyed the aura of everything. I appreciate everybody that's been tuning in, listening to us on the airwaves, on the radio waves, on the YouTube waves, watching this. Yeah, shout out to everybody, and shout out to again for everybody that has been rocking with us on YouTube and got us to over now 200 subscribers. That's
Yeah.
never thought of that was not saying didn't think it would be possible, but just
It's great to see it.
it's just great to see it happening. Just living through the journey and
Oh, this is just
Gratitude.
the beginning.
it's just the
Just the beginning.
Gratitude,
Just
as our boy
beginning.
Weegies has been saying. Gratitude, gratitude,
Yeah.
gratitude.
gratitude for sure, man.
It's the most important.
Mhm.
Being grateful.
Absolutely. So yeah, thanks for gassing us up so we can gas y'all up. So yeah, with that being said, Mr. DJ Boss Dan, can you throw a quick little beat on for us? We're gonna close it out
Oh,
with a
we-
freestyle
With a freestyle.
with Mr. Weegi Wizers. I may dabble in too. What you got, Weegi? Wizers, NSP
Let's go.
in the building.
I like my women unfriendly, type to try to offend me. Laugh when it don't work, shawty thought that she was deadly. Securing my own skin, emotional baggage isn't heavy. Love myself immensely, it take more to upset me. Boss mannerisms, that's just my muscle memory. Toss y'all some wisdom, how I hustle so intensely. I have to or else I'll be feeling empty. You ain't gotta like it, but the real will respect me. Out here, trying to elevate to the best me. My higher self, a godmother, lover, not a demi. Ain't worried about a chick, they come and go. I got plenty, ready to ride my as if it was a 10 speed. My apology, that's private information. My psychology is dodging all the fake. I'm highly favored, a pilot in the matrix. I control my destiny and destination. I'm on my level, a whole nother wavelength. It's disrespectful to possess the same strength I had a year ago. I build and grow, soaking up as much info as I can in a day's length. Looking in the mirror, and all I see is greatness. Some people feel inferior because they ain't this. Gazing at their reflection, staring back is hatred. Never learn to love themselves, so now they jaded. Now I'm faded, off a tap, forgot for a second what's real. Not afraid of dying, if there's anything I'll die and feel. Ran through the gauntlet, came out smiling still. Doing what I love to the day that I'm lying still. And I ain't taking orders, mother lover. Do I look like a waiter, mother lover? I don't ever try to cater, mother lover. I don't ever please a hater, mother lover.
Yeah.
If I had one wish, I wish mind a business. Too much time on your hands, not enough ambition. Go get a bag, get the out your feelings. I don't have the patience, y'all act like children. Nothing matters, tomorrow's never guaranteed. Kick it with your family, tell them that you love them, please. There's no place I'd rather be than in this moment. Feeling free, change is broken.
Yeah, it's Weegi Wizers on NSP. You know how we rockin'. We got that positive energy, so you know it ain't stopping. Turn me up, boss Dan. Here with the man, DJ with the plan. Weegi with the plan. Weegi with the Zans. No, he don't got the Zans. Just threw it in my hands with the words, with the verse in the universe. Yeah, grab a coin, gotta take it out the purse. Hurt purse, nah, I ain't gon' steal, not me. Cause karma's gon' come right back and kill me. So I gotta watch out, I can't be petty. Girl, you're so bad, oh yeah, you're pretty. I wanna treat you right, I wanna give you a nice life. Let me show you what's good, will you be my wife? Got this world changing my perspective. What's been going on, man? I've been learning lessons. This is off the domey. With my homies, I can see everybody phony. So I'd rather stay lonely. Yeah. They been trolling, they been telling all them jokes. I ain't never gonna play it. Namesaking. What you talking about, man? I'm just changing. I'm transcending. I'm ascending. Yeah, life's a blessing. Things they ain't addressing, I'm addressing. Hear this, oh yeah, and it's compressing. I won't stop even when I feel depression.
Yeah.
It's what I'm expressing, yeah, not to mention I don't give no F's about attention. Yeah, I don't give F's about attention. Say it one time, I don't give F's about attention. It don't matter, it really don't matter. Just be yourself, that's all that matters. Man in the mirror feel like Mike J. Do what I'm gonna do, yeah, Mike, I'll play. Oh, I'm messing up, yeah, have fun today. I'm here with Weegi Wizers, that's all I can say.
Yeah.
Boss Dan, that's the man forever. When we on this beat, we just getting better.
Yeah.
It's Weegi Wizers.
And G Money.
You know how we rock it. Got the vibes over here, yeah. Got the vibes over here, yeah. Hey man, just want to say shout out to everybody over here that's been rocking with us on Northside Plugged. We are halfway through 2022. What a crazy, beautiful way to end the first half of the year. Kickstart the next half of the year.
You know what tomorrow is?
What's tomorrow, Weegi
It's the
Wizers?
first of the month. So get up, get up, get up.
And it's Friday.
Oh yeah, and it's Friday.
So it's high day. So it's my day.
I love it.
And I'm gonna live it life my way. Yeah. Hey man, I just want to say again, shout out to Weegi Wizers. Shout out to Boss Dan the Man. Shout out to Q4 Radio. Shout out John. Shout out Irvin. Shout out the NSP family. Shout out everybody rocking with us, man. And yeah, I'm gonna pass it off to the homies real quick. Let them say what they want to say before we fade out.
If you want to follow me on any platform, WeegiWizers, come chop it up with me. I may dress Hollywood, but I am far from Hollywood. I'm down on earth with y'all. Let's build, let's grow. It's nothing but love and respect and gratitude from this way.
Absolutely, man. Boss Dan the Man.
Thank you all for tuning in. I love you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you to Weegi Wizers for tuning in for a great show today.
Woo!
Thank you to G Money Gino for always doing G Money Gino things and being himself.
Hey, hey.
And thank you all for tuning in. Thank you everyone at Q4 and thank you all.
Thank you, Boss Dan.
Thank you.
We gone.
We go. Hey, enjoy the new NSP artist mix that we got going with all of your favorite. It's somewhere
Hello,
over there.
Discover card here.
With your stop that!
Sorry,
pet peeve.
Sorry.
With our new NSP artist mix. So enjoy. We out of here. We'll see you next week on Northside Plug over here on Q4 Radio.
Love you guys.
See you, ladies and gentlemen.
Peace.
It's loaded up, bro.
It's on a beat, make it boom.
Hey, X, this vibe right here might be it. We had to slow it down a little bit. Give him a little something different. I know it take a real nigga to bring that freaky shit out you. Hey, hey. Street nigga, but I get nasty. Hood nigga, but she's like classy. Bend it over, beat it on the mattress. Let me drink it like a basket. Give it to her like she never had it. Like it rough, but she love passion. Let you ride, but you can't crash. Don't be shy, baby, get nasty. Sit back, let me go down. Too fast, baby, slow down. You know it's about to go down. Off drink, let me slow down. Get on top, baby, throw down. So you know it's about to go down. This about the end of the night. Hit me when you wanna get right. No, usually I never hit twice, but it's something about that booty I like. See a future with you, I just might. Girl, it's something about your smile and your type. Young blue, I might put you in ice. Designer, whatever you like. Know I'm a street nigga, so I come with it. No, she never triple up, all of the rumors about don't listen. Baby, you know it's just us. You know how we was. Met you, we was up in the club. Know you said you weren't looking for love. Penthouse, now we up in the tub. Now I'm focused. Scratching, screaming, down there singing. Know I got you over. I love it when you say my name, and I'm steady stroking. Ain't no strings attached, but baby, we gon' catch emotions. Street nigga, but I get nasty. Hood nigga, but she's like classy. Bend it over, beat it on the mattress. Let me drink it like a basket. Give it to her like she never had it. Like it rough, but she love passion. Let you ride, but you can't crash. Don't be shy, baby, get nasty. Sit back, let me go down. Too fast, baby, slow down. You know it's about to go down. Off drink, let me slow down. Get on top, baby, throw down. So you know it's about to go down. Mickey C on the beat, you dig?